So welcome, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to today's video. And yes, you read the title correctly. We're going to have a bit of a rant today, folks. All right, it's no hold bards Tuesday time. But no, look, I wanted to be very blunt about this video, and I wanted to talk about Master League and edit mode because, yes, primarily a lot of my subscribers do enjoy offline like myself, right? We like to play Master Leagues and use edit mode to customize the game and all that. But what's going to happen about it? And I do have quite a few worries about Konami and Master League, and we're going to get into that. But before we do, let's talk about the update, right? So yesterday I sat down, I played a lot of matches on Fuma, because now you can play 10 minutes. So I'm going to let this video run, and I'm going to be going all over the place in this video because I have, like, examples that I wanted to show. So first things first, I did a Man United Arsenal. No, there's no new teams, folks, right? That's pretty much it. It's still 9 teams, which is embarrassing, but we can do what we do, right? They've added beginner, where, hey, I mean, I don't even know why they can't just unlock all the... I just don't... It's, again, like, this is what frustrates me so much about Konami. Like, why are we... Why... And yeah, this is going to be a rant video. I'm not going to hold back. You know why? Because I've just come back from the gym. The pre-workout's kicking in. Why can't they just give us all the difficulties? Like, I only play Superstar, so I'm not fussed for myself. But I know a lot of people probably enjoy top player or even professional. I think regular and below is a little bit too easy. But even professional can give you a decent game of football. And if you're trying to learn manual, which I will say, a lot of people, when they play offline, should just start transitioning to manual because it opens up a lot of different ways to play the game. It's not so canned, not everything's not so scripted. It's just fun to do a bit of manual and try and learn it, but you know, to each his own. But why can't Konami just unlock every single difficulty? I don't understand it. I really don't. So anyway, we're already off whining. There's the new one, beginner, right? So they've added that into the equation. Then you've got regular and you've got superstar. Ridiculous. So I wanted to show that off the bat in case you guys are wondering. So there we go. Pick superstar. The rest of it, folks, is exactly the same. There is no new stadiums that have been added yet, even though in the notes it did specify that there were like new balls and boots and stadiums. Maybe that's going to come after they've done all the maintenance. I don't know. But you've got the same introduction, right? The Arsenal players coming out. The Man United players are coming out. I don't know if they've added more kits because I did do a Barcelona Bayern Munich match after this, and I think both of the... No, Bayern Munich had 4 kits to choose from, and I don't remember Bayern Munich having that many. Arsenal's now got 3. I don't know. I think they've always had 3. And then Man United as well, I think it's pretty much the same. We got 3 as well. But I don't know if they've added some more kits to other teams. They may have. Who knows, right? It's Konami. So you get into the match... There's the steward. And the crowd, by the way, is getting better. I will say this much. Like, the reason I'm doing this video and I'm going to be ranting about Konami is because I'm a loyal PES fan. And for the life of me, I can't get into any other football games. I've tried FIFA. I can't stand the gameplay. And then there's other games that are coming out like UFL and Goals. But it's not going to be PES, folks. It's going to be like FIFA-esque because that's primarily what a lot of companies are copying because EA have had the lock, you know, on football games for so long. So this is why I get so annoyed. Anyway, so I went through the whole lineup, right? You're not really worried about this. But one thing I will show you is once I've done this and I picked all the players, look, that's what you can do now, folks. If you scroll over to this little icon on the top right, the little gear, you can now see that it has save and load. So if you click on save, there it is. You can save 10 different formations and squads and loadouts up to 10. That's it, right? It's not squads, so it's not in Dream Team. You can't have 1 squad, 2 squads. No, folks. This is all about formation. So if you want to set up a 4-3-3 on a different playstyle and then do a 4-4-2 in another playstyle, now you can just go in here and as you can see, I've saved it. I've saved the 4-3-3 and I can load that up every time now going to game plan. So it will save you some time. So well done, Konami. I will give you props for giving us a bunch of new options to be able to save them. And as you can see, I was scrolling and yes, there are 10 of them. I can count. Beautiful. So there we go. That was pretty much the only thing that's been added to the game plan. You can now save your formations up to 10 at a time. So, now we're just going to dive into the gameplay, right? So, we're playing this on the PlayStation 5. I've whacked it on full manual. I'm going to show you some clips in a minute. But this, I'm just going to start right now about talking about, you know, Konami themselves. And it's like, as I say, I love PES, right? I am a PES fan through and through. I've tried to get into FIFA, folks. Can he do it? I just can't. I know FIFA's got a very robust sort of menu system and career mode, and it's got a lot of game modes and all that. It's got everything, to be honest with you. But I just do not enjoy the gameplay. And for me, that's what a football game's about. It is about the gameplay. And if you don't enjoy it as soon as you kick off, I'm not even going to bother playing the game modes. And, you know, this is the thing about Konami. It's like, you've got barely any game modes, but you've got solid gameplay. Like, the gameplay is getting better. It is getting better. Oh, and by the way, folks, it looks like all the players have been added into the equation as well. All the lone players, as you can see, Amad Diallo is back. And then on the bench, you've got the likes of Martial, etc. So those have been updated as well. The squads have been put back now to the way they were. I don't think those players were available before. Let me know if I'm wrong, but I don't think the loaned players were available before. But yeah, Konami, you know, the potential of the gameplay's there, but they just lack everything else. And this is my biggest problem. I'm not going to talk about Master League right now because I'm going to show a couple of examples of what I mean. So I started playing full manual. As you can see, I turned on the indicator because I just felt like, number one, Konami, please bring back the arrow when you press L2. So at least when you shoot, you know where the ball's going without having to use the damn circle every time, because I don't like having that massive... I don't need help passing the ball. I just need more help when it comes to actually shooting and knowing where the ball's going to go. Sometimes on full manual, you end up hitting a corner flag. I mean, that's part of life. But I wanted to put the arrow on just to kind of test it out. But honestly, folks, it did feel responsive. You know, I know they've upped the responsiveness. Some people did say it felt a little bit quicker. Possibly, but that could also come down to the responsiveness being improved slightly. So in turn, it's caused everything else to kind of speed up. But one thing about eFootball I like now, or I have enjoyed, is it's very responsive in regards to players just getting on with it, right? And I will show you an example of this afterwards. Again, players just get on with it. If it hits them on the knee, they don't really hesitate. They just go straight to the ball. And that's where eFootball is better than PES 21. But then there are ways where PES 21 still, for me, physics-wise, I think, is probably a little bit better than eFootball. But in turn, folks, that's going to get better and better. This wasn't, by the way, this was not a difficult game. I did end up winning this match 2-1, and Arsenal were not great. I think I had like 12 shots to 1. Arsenal didn't do anything. This is the goal. Watch this. I don't really know where the goalie's going. I have no idea, for the life of me, what David De Gea was doing there. And if we go back, it's a good ball, but watch De Gea. Why is he diving that way when the ball's gone that way? So it's those little things. The goalies, for me, are still annoying. I really wish Konami would just work on them. Just work on the goalies. They jump unrealistically. They look silly. And it's like you've got a solid game with some good animations mixed in with some really old-fashioned, horrendous animations. And it doesn't help the game, you know. It just doesn't help the cause. So, yeah, I started off really poorly when a goal down. We did get back into it. Cristiano Ronaldo, I think. So here we go. Look, straight off the bat, right? There was the volley. Ricochet back to Sancho. Keeper parried it. Ronaldo was there. But it was, you know, instantaneous. The players got on with it. I had no problems. I really didn't see any issues with the responsive folks. The responsiveness offline. Online's going to be different. So when we get to that, then we'll see. The replays, are, you know, they could still be better. They're still not really like proper, what's the name? Proper like 60 frames per second, etc. But anyway, let's move this forward, because I did start taking a lot of things, and oh, there was Luke Shaw. I was just seeing if he had a baby. Looks like he's put on some pounds. But no, I was actually, why I took this, folks, was because of the crowd. Like, look at the crowd. Do you remember last year when this game came out and we had the most horrendous looking crowd? But now, like, if you look at that, they all look pretty good. They're 3D modeled. The only concern I have is there's a lot of the same, like, they all look the same. Like, you've got this guy here. You see him everywhere. There's probably a few with exactly the same face that they've just kind of copied and pasted. You know, maybe Konami, you want to go in there and mix it up a little bit. But for the most part, like the crowd itself, and this is where I was just going through the replays and just testing things. I like to test things out. And if I see something that I think looks cool, I'll go back and look at it. And here I was just, once again, going through the crowd, having a look at them. And they didn't look bad. Like, I have no problems with this crowd. Just make them more random because they all kind of do the same. You see, they're all doing the same thing. Like, one guy's putting his hand up, and then three rows down, the other guy's putting his hand up. Then one guy's eating a hot dog, 3 rows down, the other guy's eating a hot dog. Like, just make it a little bit more random, Konami, and then we'll enjoy it a little bit more. But for the most part, the crowd has been upped. This is on the PlayStation 5. I don't know what it looks like on the PS4, folks. I have not tried it. It probably doesn't look the best. But, you know, this is... There he is. Look, there he is. Same guy. It's almost like, where's Wally? That's what we're playing here. Where is Wally? Well, there he is. It's the same bloke with the same beard. Watch. And there he is again. It's the same face, but with a different attire. So, just randomize that, Konami, a little bit. I don't like... You know, look, there's another one there. I mean, how many twins do you have? There's quadruplets here. There's another bloke. 5 of them. And one over there. They all look the bloody same. So, anyway, I did that. Just went through the crowd. And then these are the little things that I like to look at. Now, I was going over like the feet of Luke Shaw and sliding. And it's not as bad as it was. It's nowhere near as bad as FIFA. I mean, not a chance in hell there. But it has improved ever so slightly. We're going to let this run through. So as you can see, he kind of stops his feet and then he runs off. Yes, there is a little bit of sliding animation in there. But from what we saw last year, they are getting it better and better and better. And I do like the way now that players do have to take those little steps to stop. And this is what makes the difference between FIFA and PES. In PES, players do take those extra touches or extra, you know, little steps to stop. Whereas in FIFA, it's like, boom, stop, run off. And that's where you get the whole arcadey effect. But those little things like this, I do think they look quite nice. And I just kept looking at this about 1,000 times. Don't know why, but that's what you do. And then what I wanted to show you was this is what happened with Luke Shaw. As you can see, I lose possession, right? If you watch Luke Shaw here, I lose possession. He realizes it and goes, oh, shoot, now I've got to get back. And he starts legging it, and then he bombs it straight back. And then I think I changed the camera angle ever so slightly. Because if you look at it again, Luke Shaw, he has a quick look. He goes, oh, see you later, son. I better get back in position. So watch this. Ready? Which is the final one. Then we'll move on to the next video. So he sees I've lost possession. Whoopsie doopsie. Let's get back and then watch him now. Ready? Has a look. Says, hello, I'm seeing you later. And away he goes. So I just thought that was cool. And I like those little things. It's the intricate details of players doing natural things. Yes, there is still the slidiness, I know. But it is getting better. Okay, so we're going to move on. This was just another reaction. Okay, so... What's her name? Saka got the ball here and he tried to fizz this all around to Martinelli, but he was actually offside. And then you can kind of see Martinelli's reaction. So what I did was kind of went back to it. And I just, you know, looking at how the players react with each other if they don't get the ball they want. And as you can see, Martinelli couldn't get there. And then he sticks his arms up and he looks very disappointed. And then you actually go and look at Saka's reaction. And here it is. As you can see, he's disappointed with himself. It's not a good pass. And he's really disgruntled. Disgruntled, that's the word. So there we go. I just like to compare. And it's always interesting to see players' reactions. Because at the end of the day, folks, you know, it's football, right? That's what you want. Now, here we have a wonderful goal for you guys to see. Have a look at this. Why don't we go to the right clip? Okay. So I scored a counter-attack that I thought was pretty impressive. There was a lot of one-touch going on, so here we go. Arsenal were knocking it about. They weren't great, Arsenal. I wasn't that impressed with them. I was more impressed with Barcelona. They were a tough team. But watch this. Here we go. We started again with Varane. Worked to the cross. Lindelof. Remember, we are playing on manual. So I fed it up the line. Paul Pogba. Diallo. Lovely little flick. You watch Pogba. He's still going. Cristiano Ronaldo. No one's there. The marking's a little bit suspect. I still do not like the way they finished the ball, though. But that was a prime example of what you can do, right? Quick counter, no responsive issues, scored a goal. But I do not like the way that Ronaldo put this in the back of the net. Yeah, the AI could do better defensively, but why Ronaldo, when the ball is right there in front of his foot, he's not taking it with his right foot, and he falls on his ass and then hits it with left? Those are the things they need to iron out, right? Those little things that we've seen. But it's the laziness of Konami because they've been in the game so long. Fix them, son. But yeah, that was a nice goal, so I just wanted to show you that. Bit of bragging rights, why not? But good movement. I mean, Arsenal's line's horrendous, and, you know, when you get caught out. But I also feel like now, because, you know, players do take that little extra time, you really can take on the AI now and dupe them out a lot, because it takes the AI longer to defend themselves. So, you know, it works both ways. All right, so another example was just using super cancel for you guys. And this is what I'm talking about when I mean like players have to take those extra sort of steps, right? So this is me not using super cancel, right? Watch. You'll see when I start using it. Ready? Right now. And you see the way he transitions and sort of bends over. I didn't get to the ball in time, completely missed it. But I just like the way that he's running straight, and as soon as you hit super cancel and you want to cut down the angle, those little mini steps right there, that's what I like, you know, because they've got momentum. They're running at full sprint. You can't just go dun-dun when you're running at full speed. So, yeah, that was a little thing there. What have we got here? This is what I'm talking about now when I'm talking about that players just get on with it. If you saw this in PES 21, right, that player, when it hit Dallo, I've got fur in my face, when it hit Dallo, he would have stopped. There would have been some sort of a stopping animation, but you watch Dallo real quick. It hits him. Just gets on with it. He gets straight to the ball. There's no fanning about. I think this is a better angle. I thought I had a better angle of it, actually. Apparently not. All right, well, that was a prime example. I like those things. That's what I want to see. The game responds to what's happening. It's quick, it's decisive. All right, folks, so now I want to show you a sublime goal that was scored against me. I didn't score this. It was against me. I was Bayern Munich, that's the one, taken on the old Barca, and they're obviously in the blue. Watch this. Now, there is a few flicks that, you know, maybe that'll be a little bit extreme, but just the way they work this round from a throw-in. I tried high pressing to see what they would do. Right, here we go. PK towards Araujo. He plays it through to Busquets. There's the flick. Another flick. Dembele squares it to De Jong. He starts again. De Jong to Gavi. That pass is ridiculous. And then they scored. I mean, you know, I played PES a long time, and you rarely get a goal scored like that against you. So to see that, it was just wonderful. Have a look at it again. You watch it a few times. And this is what I love, you know, this is why it's so frustrating with Konami. Like, there's so much potential with this game if they gave us more than just, you know, gameplay. We want game modes. We want other things to do. De Jong to De Jong. This pass from Gavi is just exceptional. I love to see it. It's that pass alone right here. That's just... boom. Split. I mean, I pulled Hernandez out of position and I got punished for it. But yeah, what a goal. I just wanted to show that because sometimes you put your hands up and you go, all right, fair play, lads. It's different class. Right, and finally we have this move. This was Lewandowski. This was me against the AI. And this is what I'm talking about. Like, you can actually take them on. You can actually beat them when you do the right moves. So watch this. Little touch. I did a little fake here, super cancelled it. Bosh, past the first one, little touch, past the second, and it's fluid. And then watch what happens. I get shoved off the ball, and PK comes in and just steals it. There's not a foul. There's nothing wrong with it. We've got a better angle of it, actually, from here. So the ball's put into his feet, little touch, quick fake, down goes one defender, skip past De Jong. De Jong manages to recover, though, and do just enough to put me off, and then PK gives me a shove and wins the ball back. Love to see it. It's fluid, it's natural. And that's where I say, like, eFootball does have a lot more promise than the likes of PES 21 if it would, you know, start implementing new animations and all that stuff. So, there we have it, folks. That's pretty much what I wanted to show you guys. I will say that from what I played, it did feel more responsive. It was enjoyable. I did like playing 10-minute matches, obviously, on Fuma. But now, let's talk about Master League, folks. I want to dive into this and touch upon it. So, yeah, let's do it. All right, folks, so now let's talk about Master League, okay? My concerns, that's what I want to bring to your attention, and hopefully Konami's attention if they were to watch this. Like, I'm not having a go at you, Konami. I'm trying to help you out here because I do have a lot of concerns about the game mode, and it's nothing to do with on the pitch, right? Of course, I would love to see, like, more things happening on the pitch, like scores from other matches, like, being announced. That's what I want. I want you to go to career mode in FIFA and honestly pull a lot of that stuff out and whack it in eFootball. It's not licensing. There's nothing to do with licensing. You can announce other matches you know, on the screen while you're playing. You don't need a license for that. So those things are very simple, and the actual gameplay I'm not worried about. What I am concerned about is like the actual game mode itself. What is it going to have? Is this going to look like this? Because if Master League looks like this, I don't want it. I mean, the reason I'm doing this is because I want you guys to look and compare them. This is eFootball right now, okay? This is eFootball, available on all platforms. This is FIFA Mobile that's only available on a mobile game. Yet look at it. Look at the structure of it. Very simple. Yeah, it's got boxes just like this. But this is so mobile friendly, and you're not even hiding the fact that you want this to be on a mobile. Whereas this isn't. You could put this on a console and you'd still think, okay, it's respectable. You've got your little icons down here. You've got things you can do down the bottom. Then you've got all your different options on the right-hand side. And then you've got that. And we've all seen the game plan and everything, and it doesn't look good. You know, even going through players like right here, right? Like right here, you know, picking players, it still looks very atrocious to me. I don't like the look of it. We keep harping on about this, but Konami have done nothing to the UI. And it's one of the main concerns. PES 2017, folks, this is what it looked like. I mean, look at it. Look at PES 2017 Master League. Do you think we're going to get that on eFootball? No, we're not. We're going to have massive boxes that are bright blue, and it's going to be very, very fugly. And that's the one thing I'm very worried about. Like, even edit mode is the same thing. Is it going to be so ugly that you just, you know, you've got to make things intuitive and quick. You know, this is 2022. You expect very modernized, good-looking, intuitive menus that a lot of games have. But folks, I'm very worried about what we're going to get, because I could deal with this, as I say, but having a menu system like this for Master League is going to be so bad. And I really hope that Konami listen. And I don't know when it's coming. People keep asking me, you know, when's Master League coming? I don't know. Probably sometime at the end of the year, maybe. But there's also not enough to do in eFootball. And another concern of mine, and another annoyance, not even really concern, it's just an annoyance, is Konami finally get people back, right? Like, there was a lot of FIFA people, from what I heard, that were actually enjoying eFootball and Divisions. And then Konami decided that we're going to stop Divisions early, we're going to do this maintenance for 3 days, and you can't play Divisions for weeks. I think it was a month initially, wasn't it? And then they've put it back. And now, all that's happened is everyone that started playing eFootball from FIFA has gone back to FIFA because there's nothing to do. And Konami, you just keep shooting yourself in the foot, and it's so frustrating to see, folks, because I'm a loyal PES fan. I love PES. The only real game I honestly play. I love the gameplay. I've tried FIFA, and we've seen UFL, and we've seen goals, but I don't think it's going to get us still, for me, the best playable football game that's around. It is called eFootball. Yeah, there's a lot of bugs in the game still, and there were actually a few things that I wanted to show you. Actually, yes, I do want to show you that real quickly, because I'm talking about bugs. Let me just show you one bug that still is very much there in eFootball, and it is players that are jumping into each other. Right here. So as you can see, this nonsense is still happening. Literally, he's gone through the player, right? His legs have gone through McTominay. He's dead. So yeah, those things are still there, but even that doesn't put me off playing the game. I still enjoy it as a whole. I still take it over FIFA all day. But I am worried, folks. I am concerned that menu-wise, UI-wise, like actual functionality of Master League is going to be the same that we've always had, like PES 21 and PES 20. It can't be. If they're going to justify us paying for this, folks, they're going to have to put something out that we're not even blown away, because I don't think any of us is going to get blown away by Konami anymore. But something that we look at and go, oh, okay, wow, you've actually done something that looks different. It's crisp, it's clean, there's new functions, there's new modes, but we've heard it all before. So that's really what I wanted to put out. It's more of the UI, and if you're going to have Master League look like this, as opposed to looking like that, you know, FIFA Mobile is just far cleaner and better looking. It's worrying. But we'll see, I guess. So let me know your thoughts. You know, it's a bit of a rant. Yes, it's, you know, I kind of went over what, you know, the new update entails, and it's probably going to be a long video of me blabbering on. But once I get going, I get going. But those are my 2 thoughts. No, not 2 thoughts. 2 cents. That sounds better. But anyway, let me know your thoughts. What is your massive concern about, you know, Master League? Because that's my biggest, the UI. I can't see it. I can't see it being anything better because Konami aren't listening to us. We've already complained about the UI and they haven't touched it. They've added different things into the game, but they haven't touched the UI. And I don't think they are because they look at mobile game and they go, ooh, that's where all the revenue comes from. But we'll find out. Konami, I'm just giving you my 2 cents about this. Honestly, you've got to sort out the UI. It's got to be attractive for us because we're not living in the 90s anymore. And this menu system is from the 60s, 70s, maybe 80s. Anyway, let me know your thoughts below. We will return this week. We'll put out some FIFA World Cup action. We'll try to get back to Master League. We'll stream on Friday. I am officially moving on the 10th of June. And then once everything's set up, maybe I'll start streaming more and we'll get into it a little bit more. So stay tuned for that. Anyway, till next time, subscribe for more and take care.